right, so you're either here because you enjoy watching random videos on YouTube, which that's cool, or you're here because your sliding door on your van broke and you found this little cable thing hanging down on the window. So let's jump in and go ahead and get this thing fixed. So the first thing that I had to do was go in here and hit this button right here that turns off your power door. This door was very stuck. So what I had to do was I was pulled on the handle, put my hand on the back, and just very slowly kept rocking it. It was completely jammed up. I suspect the cable's in there binding it up, so got to get this thing cleared out before I can work on fixing it. Now that I got just enough room to work, now we're gonna pop this anchor off so I can get the door open. All right, so this little black elbow here just pops. Sorry, I couldn't really see that, but that thing just pops right out. And then this piece here, the anchor, it's just got two little clips. Squeeze those clips in, and that pops out. There we go. Now I'm good to get this door open. You can see that was holding it up. Something's probably all destroyed in bird's nest down below. So now I get this car seat out of here and work easier. Got a seat out. I also hate working in dim light, so it's got a super bright LED work lamp there. Ready to roll. All right, we're set here, ready to pop this piece of trim off. I'll put a link down below. You can get one of these on Amazon, a bunch of different brands. This is the auto body trim set. It's very cheap and save you a ton of aggravation having all the tools that you need. And sometimes they even include like a little kit of all these little plastic clips that you inevitably break. All right, so first thing I did was just pop the window up and down. This comes right out of those two clips. And then I took the little trim tool here and I'm working my way around the door handle here carefully. And there's a bunch of little clips, so I'm gonna work on getting this piece off next. Yep, and then you just keep working your way down here. There's a clip here that you gotta pop out. And you get your pry bar down there, and there's another one there on the bottom. All right, we got most of these pieces loose. So before we rip this panel off, we don't want to break this connector here, so we're gonna go ahead and disconnect this connector. Do this with one hand. So we'll just get this thing out of the way. Today is actually July 4th, Independence Day in America, but it is very hot where I'm at right now in the mid-Atlantic, so that actually does help when you're doing the body work on the panels. You're not snapping little clips. If you're doing this in the winter, highly recommend that you have the car nice and toasty warm so you don't snap all those plastic pieces. And then here's our culprit right here. See, it's all busted apart there. 3 number 2 Phillips heads there. It's a little boogered up, but should be fine. Save those. We might need to reuse them. Put them up here in the cup holder. That was the problem. So this thing decided to die on us. All right, we have the window rolled down because this little trim piece has to come off. Got pop socket up there. And you can get this out of the way. There we go. So that's your window trim and that piece there. All right, so now the trim's off, we can see better what we're gonna do here. So you have these 3 10mm bolts here. That secures this upper bracket here. And then buried underneath, a little bit challenging to see in the, man, autofocus is killing me. There are 2 10mm up here that need to come out, and then this whole little piece drops down. It's definitely tight in here, but you can get to it with just a quarter inch drive ratchet with the 10mm. All right, so everything's freed up. I'm gonna try to fish all this stuff out with one arm here. Hopefully I don't annoy you too much. Look at that. Managed to do it while making the shot. Maybe. Maybe get like some sort of head cam mount or something. All right, so there we have it. That's the old one removed here. Still need to muck with the anchor in the back, but go ahead and order ourselves a new one of those. All right, so let's get that back anchor cable off and then we'll be fully removed. All right, so this anchor cable comes up and mounts underneath this black plastic cover. I'm gonna come in here with the trim tool and try to carefully pop this piece off. Hopefully not break anything, but give it a try. Probably won't be able to get the camera on there for doing it, so I'll show you the aftermath. Looks like I only broke one of these little clips here, but that's a replaceable one that just slides out there, so no big deal. Just grab another one from that kit that I had. There was these 2 little rubber gaskets behind each clip, so I'm gonna make sure I put those on there and there before I put it back together. Probably helps. Just like the anchor that we removed to get the door open, there's just these 2 little metal clips. All right, I'm gonna need 2 hands, but basically they just pinch in and this piece slides out toward, you push those clips in and then it just slides out toward the back. Push this right out and that piece just slides right out the back. Now comes the broken cable. That covers removal. Now we're gonna start on install. All right, so here we are a week later due to the miracles of video editing. Got the new part from Toyota. Actually ordered it online, picked it up at the dealership. It was not expensive at all. I think it was like under $30. They had some 4th of July sale too, so that helped, but super convenient. Did not see it at any other vendor, but again, for 20 some dollars, so worth picking up from Toyota. What do we got? Looks like a big box with a little bit of stuff in it. All right. Well, that looks like what we need. Wow. Huh. I think they would use a smaller box, but okay, whatever. All right, let's go ahead and get this new piece installed and door back together. With stuff like this, I just compare the old to the new, make sure that you got the right part, then get something different. So looking at this, looks the same, all the bolts and everything the same, so that's good. We'll go leave that sleeve on there, and then this new piece is gonna feed basically just the opposite of install here. We're gonna feed this new one to the spot that we took the old one out, get it all bolted back up. We're pretty much in place. I'm just gonna get these hand tight to get them started. Now we got that piece fed in. We're just gonna go and get the bolts lined up. That's the longer 2 bolts. Let's go ahead and get those in. Again, I'm not gonna cinch them down yet. I'm just gonna get everything in place, make sure we're good, then we'll tighten everything up. Putting the motor on the splines now. I'm just gonna put a tiny little bit of silicone grease on those splines. There we go. So it seats all the way down. You can see that sits flush with there. One of these was a little boogered up with me taking it off, so I'm gonna put that one in the top center. So that way, if it ever needs more extreme extraction methods in the future, it'll be easy to get to. Save myself or someone else a little bit of aggravation, because that would be a lot easier to get a drill and extractor in there if you ever needed to. Kids are gonna be sad because we've been riding around for a week with the door panel off, and they call it the spaceship. I love it. It's a rocket ship. I don't know why they have the idea that rocket ships have all sorts of exposed inner workings, but they do, so they're gonna be sad that the rocket ship is gone. We're working on getting this inner anchor point sorted out here, so got a bunch of cable here, so I'm just gonna take up some of the slack by... All right, I can't get the camera mounted on the door, so I'm just gonna do this one-handed. All right, so I got the other end fished through. Pull on this black cable to take out some of the slack. So we just had way too much going on here with the this inner anchor point. Let's make that reasonable to work with. This just slides in like this from the bottom, lines up. So there we go, we got that elbow kind of on that clip there. Heard that nice little snap, locked in there. We got the inner anchor point done. One down, another one to go. Back here, we got the wing windows out. We got this little bracket we got to pop off to get the new clip in. Something I didn't take out before. 10 millimeter. Pay attention. One thing when we're putting this back together, it's going to be important. So there's this little circular feature right here that slides up into a groove right there, so you can see that. Hopefully you can see that. So yeah, you just got to make sure that when you put this back together with the cable in there, that's lined up. Drop it in. Go all the way up here, and then this is just going to slide just like that This piece is gonna come. We're gonna feed that feature that we talked about on that clamp, or that circular feature. Fits into that track. So you can see it's kind of sitting there, a little self-supported. Look at this. All right, do yourself a favor before you go ahead and put all the trim back together. Do a little test flight here. So this will be round one. I have not pre-screened this, so let's go. I'm glad that worked. I just would have cut it out of the video. It didn't. But actually, no, I probably would have left it in there so y'all could have seen me flop on my face. But there we go. So I'm going to do that 2 or 3 times. Sounds like everything is working good here. Sweet. All right, reassembly for the trim. All right, so for those of you that are just gonna turn this off and start slapping the trim together, please make sure you go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button if this was helpful to you. Leave a comment below, that way you can see all the fun stuff I'm working on here. And hang in to the end if you wanna see it all put back together. Otherwise, have a good one, and thanks for watching. On the back, if you killed this thing, taking it apart, I'll try to put an Amazon link below to replace a piece of plastic. Also, like we covered earlier, the trim kit, which I also have linked below, has these little assortment of plastic clips. At least the one I picked up does also link to just the general search for that term. So if you want to pick up a bulk kit of them, you can as well. I do appreciate it when people pick up stuff on the Amazon link. It's a little bit. It's a very small percentage, but every little thing does help out as I try to continue making these videos, and hopefully doing that more and more. The little bit of income does help, so I appreciate that if you do click those links and pick up stuff. If not, just enjoy the video. All right, so we're gonna get these lined up into those 2 little holes. Sweet. Next up for reinstall, we have, hopefully I'm breaking anything there. This plastic window trim piece, which I'm trying to finagle in with one arm. So up here at the top of the window, get this little piece slid in there. And again, due to the wonders of video editing, I actually missed that the first time and put this in, but you all don't have to worry about that. Have our little piece here. If that's pushed together, go ahead and, don't do that. But you can separate it. And then you take this inner piece here, put that in, and the outer piece lines up and snaps in. Goodbye, rocket ship. It was fun while it lasted. Okay, so I'm doing a little sponge count here. I'm seeing all of the spots that need clips, except for this one, appear to have clips and are in good shape. And there we go. There you are, hiding right there. All right, so I'm gonna pop that out and reinstall it on this panel. And then we'll go through and get all 25,000 of these clips lined up and pushed into the door. All right, it's a good sign that we're lined up. Everything's clicking in. All right, I'm sure there's probably 1 or 2 that'll get sorted out as a kid kicks the door. Need to get that put back on. Of course, I left it on the workbench. Well, that's all I got here. Everything's back together. Don't think I'm forgetting anything. And I appreciate you watching till the end. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and take care.